We were saying how very important it is to bring about in the human mind a radical revolution.
Wake up.
And waking states intersect, moving from the physical, consciousness project.
Freedom, what does it mean? Is it a word, a concept? Ever since I remember myself, I've been reaching for it, but still I cannot define it. I wanted to hear what the friends who had inspired me got to say about freedom.
Freedom is a very big thing that I feel that many people in this world looking for, to realize how to be free in this world. And I think that freedom in the end, it's very simple. Everybody is talking about free will, and that like human beings are special because we have free will. But then when you come into it and look for it, where is our free will? You might be surprised that even human beings most of the time don't really have free will, because we are very, very influenced by society around us and by other people thinking and actions. So everybody acts pretty much the same, and maybe you can think you are free in this. But I think that our real freedom is the choices that we do about choosing the people that lives around us, choosing our environment, our surroundings, if to live in nature or if to live in the city, live with this kind of people or with this kind of people. These things are the most important because they will influence ourselves all our lives. And choosing what you really want to do and not what maybe you have to do to live this life, to have enough money. I think to be free is knowing that you don't need nothing except good air to breathe and good water to drink and good people to live beside you. Freedom! I think freedom is also, it's like each person his ability to sing, to dance, to lose his mind when he can. You know, like not only stay in, like be open to the world, is to be free and not be afraid, not make yourself small. Opposite, open yourself, be free like a flower. Flower is opening, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about what's going on around him. If he's ready to open and give his smell and give his beauty to the world, he is free to do it. You cannot dream big time if you feel like you're locked. But if you feel you're free, you can dream the most crazy dreams.
What does freedom? What does it mean in your own life?
I think that's why we're here, and more importantly, what we want is we want to find remedy to this situation. We don't want to just sit around complaining about it. We want our power back. We want abundance. We want peace. We don't want a life of conflict, and we shouldn't have to dig through the shit they manufacture in order to find the diamonds of our freedom. Fundamental 3 things you should have learned. 1, you are not a person. You have a person. It exists in association with you. Statutes are not laws. They do not apply to you. They apply to your person. And finally, believe it or not, you want your freedom. You want to become a free man on the land. You have to treat people with compassion, regardless of what they've done to you. And I know how difficult that can be.
For me, dance is the highest expression of human freedom.
Freedom.
When you can take all of these things and put it together, and you're going to have more power than you can imagine.
Show you the door.
Freedom. Freedom begins with an understanding. Freedom is a state of mind. In my experience, freedom begins with the understanding that we are free, which is very different than what we learn, what we grow up with in today's world and today's society. We grow up, we are born into a system. We grow up into a very sophisticated brainwash that happens through school. After the school, we go to the army, programmed to go to university, find a job, and become another part of the system to keep this big machine running and keep being passive and support this never-ending Babylon. So the understanding that we are free, that I am free being, leads to questions. With the understanding that I am free comes the understanding that I deserve to be happy. I can start searching for what makes me happy. I can start putting energy instead of putting energy to support the system. I can look for what makes me happy. Where do I want to live? What do I want to do with my time and energy? Who do I want to spend my time with the people that support and empower me instead of bringing me down? I am free to choose my life. I am free to create my life the way I want it. I can set my path to finding who I really am. What was I actually meant to do on this planet? I believe that we all have a destiny, a fate, a purpose. We are all in our core of our being, in the essence of our being, as human beings. We are free. Another aspect of freedom is financial freedom. The money thing is a big prison for many, many people. Even after understanding that we are free, many people get stuck in the money. I believe that we all can reach this financial freedom. One way is to get away from society, go live in a cave somewhere, grow your own vegetable, have your own water spring, and really create this sustainable life. Of course, it is more easy as a community. Another way of reaching this financial freedom is through the system. This is my personal path that I chose. There's something very beautiful in seeing the world as never-ending options. We can do anything. And I feel that it is true and untrue at the same time. As a matter of fact, my experience of life on this planet is paradox. Paradox is the essence of everything. Everything is true and untrue at the same time. Everything is possible and impossible at the same time. As human beings, as beings in this incarnation, we are limited. And it's important to know these limitations. And I feel that only through understanding our borders and our boundaries can we really be free within them.
You're the one that has to walk through it.
Free your ambitious mind. Learn the art. I do not believe in styles anymore. I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. All type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. But if you do not have style, if you just say, well, here I am, you know, as a human being, how can I express myself? Totally and completely. The art of expressing the human. Well then, baby, you better train every part of your body. To me, ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. To express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do. And you have to train, you have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. So that is the type of thing you have to train yourself into it, to become one. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend.
Freedom can be interpreted in many different ways. I think the word freedom is what makes this concept so tricky. The moment you're born and until you die, you're not free. You're never free. And the reason you're not free is because you don't come to this plane of existence to be free. You come here to experience a certain experience, which is not freedom. What you can experience is on this plane here is leisure time. And leisure time is often confused with freedom. So you see, they tell us we can go on vacation. And vacation to a lot of people seems like an experience of freedom. But when you're on vacation, you're not free either, because life in Western society, in Western environment, in Western culture, is a very binding experience. And once you're born into it, you're bound until the day you die. So freedom, I put that aside. It's a very tricky word. Using it is unfair. Or another way of putting it is creating a lifestyle that combines your passion and your work, play, rest, responsibility, hobbies, sleeping, all these things together that encompass our life. Okay, so back to this this concept of freedom. So there's external freedom and internal freedom. External freedom is this concept that's sold to us by Westerns in Western society as something to strive for. So we work harder, so we're enslaved even more to try and achieve this concept that is unachievable of freedom. What we can achieve is internal freedom. And internal freedom is a totally different experience. It's a mental state of mind, it's an emotional state of being, it's a spiritual understanding. And on those three levels, you can indeed achieve certain amounts of freedom, but it requires a lot of work. In my experience, the practice of yoga, the practice of meditation, a spiritual connection, an understanding of the greater picture, that enables me a certain level of internal freedom. I can experience a personal internal freedom, personal spiritual, mental and emotional freedom. And those are things that you can strive for, and I do believe you can achieve.
If there's fate, there isn't free will. If there's free will, there can't be such a thing as fate or destiny. The Mahabharata cuts that away and puts one in front of something very, very different, which is that freedom exists in a quite different way, and that one sees that the great freedom for each character is either to become himself or not.
How do you define freedom?
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. Liberty will never perish. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of the world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security, to do away with national barriers. Let us use that power. Let us all unite, unite, unite.
When you speak about freedom, moksha, liberation in yoga, we speak about when the body leaves when the soul leaves the body. And that is the chance of the liberation. But actually, for my understanding, it's nothing to do with the physical, leaving the physical body. It's inner moksha, it's inner freedom to be witnessing above all condition and not be attached to the condition or the way they should be. Like being very lightly, very slightly above this liberation, this inner freedom, give you the opportunity to be with this freedom of not sticking or not be detached by any of your urge or needs or concept, and be free to be above and to be witnessing and then to choose. And that's take a lifetime practice. And every day there's so many things attached to us and stick to us, and the ants eat me. But it's not that I have to respond. It's not that I have to be bothered by that. It's my freedom to react and not to react. It's the freedom to experience ourselves in different variation of forms, the forms of eagle, cat, child pose, triangle, and to understand that these codes are code of consciousness. The body is not limited me in one form. Actually, I have so many forms of aspects. Be free of external conditioning, nourishing internally instead of being dependent on the conformation of the external world. To always to confine myself, and then to bring this light, not to wait for the like in the Facebook. It's nothing to do with external feedbacks. It's always detached. It's like a line of service. I'm doing my service, and nothing to do with the. Sometimes people like it, some people dislike it. Going with this inner vision or inner, in Hebrew we call it mitzvah. It's like what is, כן, מצווה, כן? הצו שלי, what I have to do, my karma yoga, my service.
But the end, the ceremony is about to begin.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
Freedom is a great thing. A wise man once told me that freedom is the option to choose between more than two options. If you have three options, you're okay. If you have only two options, it's not freedom. It's black or white. I think that every day we discover a new kind of feeling that is a part of the big freedom, the feeling that vital our body and make us do good things. To express full freedom is when your body is like a ship without holes. And you have a map, you have the way, and you know where you're going. And you're not running from anything. You're just going to see and express all kind of things through you and make new things from that, from this experience and all these emotions. I personally think that it's all an illusion. No, like we all perceive different things, but it's not exactly as they are. As more freedom we got to have all kind of maps, not one map, and you have every day is different, and the map can guide you, but it can't really show you everything. It's really rare to see the pure freedom. The real freedom is to move and don't hurt anyone. Just create things and make new ways, and it takes a lot of guts.
Freedom for me, it's a freedom of choice. It's a freedom of choice out of knowledge of what is the options, and all of the options, not just some of the options, which mean that I need to have all the information. And that is basically what is freedom for me. In an expanded way, it means that in order to be free, you cannot have anyone above you, and you cannot have anyone below you. You cannot have governments, you cannot have police, you cannot have armies, you cannot have rulers or subjects. This is the only way to get to the truth. That is the only way to be transparent, and that is the only way to achieve freedom. That is freedom for me.
Freedom is more than a word, more than a concept. Freedom for me is the highest form of art.
Nature loves courage. Nature loves courage.
Be the artist. There is nothing to fear.
It shows you that it loves courage because it will remove obstacles. You make the commitment, and nature will respond to that commitment by removing impossible obstacles. Dream the impossible dream, and the world will not grind you under. It will lift you up. This is the trick. This is what all these teachers and philosophers who really counted, who really touched the alchemical gold, this is what they understood. This is the shamanic dance in the waterfall. This is how magic is done. It's done by hurling yourself into the abyss and discovering that it's a feather bed.
Let us all unite!
Mushroom, they're called sacred mushrooms.
Majority of you do not understand that sadhana is not a joke. Sadhana is self. So any day you don't do sadhana,
You yourself are the teacher and the pupil, you are the master, you are the guru, you are the leader. You are everything.